So I do that. And as far as passions go, I think my biggest passion is dancing. I love to dance.
Yes, you do.
Love to dance.
Any
Oh,
opportunity.
any opportunity. If there isn't one, I create one.
Yes, that is so right. That is so, and I think it's wonderful that you still love to dance like that. I mean, that's a great way to get some exercise. You're loving the music. That's that Puerto Rican blood in you.
Yeah, my mom loved to dance, and so did my dad. My dad danced
Yeah,
until he
yeah. My
lost it.
parents did too.
Yeah.
I grew up dancing. Totally grew
Mhm.
up dancing. So, how
Mhm.
often do you travel back home?
I try to go back at least twice in the year. Sometimes I end up going
Hmm.
back more. Like this year, I was back in Houston and Seattle in March and April, and I'm going back to Houston in November for Thanksgiving with my Houston girl.
Hmm.
And next year, it will be again. I'll be going sometime. I don't know exactly when, but yes, I try to go at least twice a year.
Yeah. Did you find um, any career while you were here?
Anyway, hello,
Hello, are you there?
I'm
Did
here.
you did?
You're breaking up suddenly.
I know. Why is that?
I have no idea. We were going along really well.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a language barrier that you had to overcome?
No, I didn't. Like I said, I'm from the Caribbean, Puerto Rico to be exact. So Spanish was my native language. However, I lived in Seattle for 48 years and I didn't speak the language for a very long time, except with my mom and some of her friends. So I had a limited vocabulary, and there is a difference between the Spanish that's spoken in Puerto Rico
Hmm.
versus the Spanish that's spoken here in Panama. So I had a few words that what?
Yeah, yeah. So it's
But
not just us.
the longer I've been here, now I consider myself fluent, even though there's still some words that stumble me. But it's working out well.
Good, good. Well, that's good to know. I'm working on it. Try so hard. When we were coming back from our recent trip, recently, we're coming through. You hand them your documentation that says you're a permanent resident now, and she spoke to me in Spanish, and I did
You're
it.
breaking up again. Hello.
So everybody is part of being in Panama. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah. Hello? Hello?
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were in and out.
So the lady asked me a question in Spanish and I couldn't answer it. And she got angry with me because I had a permanent resident card, but I didn't speak enough Spanish. So I've got to work.
Oh,
I've got to work on it a lot more so that I don't deal with that anymore.
oh, wow.
I'm
I've never
getting
heard
there.
that before. Interesting. Hello?
Ruth,
Yes,
do you get to travel for leisure much anymore?
I do. That's one of the reasons I chose Panama as well, because it's really easy to get places. So since I've been here, I've traveled to Cuba twice. I've traveled to
Ooh,
Colombia 3 times. I'm getting ready to I went to Europe, uh, four countries in Europe. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise to Fiji and New Zealand in April coming up. And yes, travel is one of my passions as well. So
yeah.
anytime.
And this is a great jump off point to get to some of those countries.
It is, yes. And the
Yeah.
other thing that I love about living here as a jubilado resident, which is retired resident, I get 25% discount on my airfare.
Right.
So that's a real plus.
That is a real plus. It's wonderful. I love it. What are some of the challenges you have living here?
Well, I don't know if I would call them challenges. Sometimes I get a little misty from my grandkids. I have a bunch of grandkids and great-grandkids and even a great-great-grandchild. So, and some of them are real small, although I have some grown-up grandchildren and grown-up great-grandchildren. But I kind of wish I could, spend more time with them. So that, I guess you could call that a challenge. But as far as,
right.
Here, there's no challenge with the currency because it's the U.S. currency. So it's really pretty easy to live here in Panama. Hello?
You miss about being at home?
I'm sorry, I missed part of that.
Are the kids the only thing you miss about being at home?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You don't miss listening to the news?
Oh my gosh, no. No. I wish I could get away from it completely. Unfortunately, it follows you around.
Well, some people would want to know, was it a hassle moving from the United States to an international destination?
Not at all. Not at all. I just, I owned a home in Houston. I packed it up, wasn't sure, what the end result was going to be. So I pretty much rented a storage unit and put everything in storage that I wasn't going to bring with me immediately. And then every time I've gone back, I brought back a few things. And this last time, I really, really, really peeled it back because I realized now that I've been here this long, I haven't seen half of that stuff for,
Right.
I don't really need it. So I kept some of my really important things. I have several boxes of pictures in frame.
Right.
And I have a collection of Blackshear sculptures that I kept. But, no, it was just a matter of getting on the plane and coming.
Right. That's it. That's totally it. What would be your advice for someone that might be considering doing something like this?
Oh, I would advise come and visit first. I mean, my sister-in-law came cold turkey. She just came. But
I did too.
You did too. Okay, that's right, you did. But most people need an introduction. So I recommend that, unless you are, the kind of person that is just gung-ho like you and my sister-in-law, I would recommend they come first and visit. Panama has a lot of variety in terms of places to live. And, one place may not be sufficient. So you want to allow yourself the opportunity to kind of look around and decide what works best for you.
Right. Was Panama on your bucket list?
It actually was not. It wasn't even on my radar. It was really weird. It wasn't even on my radar. It's crazy.
I know. That's so funny. So what other
You broke up again.
What other destinations are on your bucket list?
Oh, my goodness. I want to go to Botswana. I want to go to Thailand, Cambodia. And I also want to go to Vietnam. Those are the immediate ones.
Good ones. Those are really good. Well, unfortunately, we got cut. The perils of being here doing wet season with thunderstorms and electrical storms and intermittent internet here in Panama. Sorry about that, folks, but I do hope you enjoyed what we were able to get from Ruth today. She is so much fun, such a fun spirit, and just, when I tell you, I wish you guys could meet her. And, we don't tell women's ages, but she's older than I am, and she's a spitfire. She's got that Puerto Rican blood in her, and she loves to dance, and she's not slowing down, and I'm just in awe of her, and I'm so inspired by her, and I'm happy to be her friend. And this is Karen Duncan, your bucket list buster, and when I come back, we're going to talk travel news, and then we're going to talk to our friends at the Wireless Traveler Tech Tip Thursdays. Karen Duncan, your bucket list buster. I'll be back in a minute.
Why stay local when you can go global?
It's gonna be free right about now.
With Norwegian Cruise Line, you can shift out of traffic and into vacation mode. Before you know it, you'll be free at sea. What is free at sea? It's your choice of up to 5 free offers, like free unlimited open bar, free shore excursions, and more. So sail to the Caribbean, Alaska, or Hawaii and vacay your way, only on Norwegian.
To book your Norwegian cruise, contact Peaks Cruises and Tours at 512-529-3696.
If you like the sound of vacationing at a 5-star luxury included resort, Sandals has a symphony of romantic indulgences just for you. Sandals hits all the right notes for 2 people in love. Miles of pristine beaches harmonize with beautiful turquoise seas. Love Nest suites are orchestrated with private plunge pools and tranquility soaking tubs for 2. The tempo increases with unlimited land and water sports, including scuba diving and golf. Your taste buds are treated to a rhapsody of 5-star global gourmet dining at up to 16 world-class restaurants, including endless pours of premium spirits and wine, music to anyone's ears. From live entertainment to taxes, tips, and transfers, it's all included, all unlimited, and only at Sandals, the world's only 5-star luxury included resorts, voted world's best 21 years in a row.
Welcome back to your Bucket List Buster. Karen Duncan here, your host, and we are having a fantastic day on this holiday here in Panama, August 15th. It is all about the discovery of my new home. So, folks, what's happening in travel news today? The news is, why your global entry application may be taking forever. Well, I have been telling you guys for years that you needed to apply for the global entry program. That is the program where you pay $100, you take a picture, you get fingerprinted, they do a background check, and then when you travel internationally, when you come into the United States, you bypass all the customs and immigration rigmarole in those long, long lines. You go through a kiosk, and it is minutes, folks. I mean minutes, especially when it's high security. You go through in seconds. I've done it recently multiple times. It is seconds, because they have all the goods on you that they need, so they don't worry about you. But anyway, so some people are now starting to apply, but guess what? Because the U.S. government shut down earlier this year, there is a backup in applications. So you can thank your trusted government for you not having your document already. Yep, say thank you, U.S. The U.S., according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, a surge in immigration and the government shutdown at the beginning of the year are responsible. Ta-da! Here's another one. Rome bans McDonald's from ancient sites. Come on, folks. Really? Do we have to have a McDonald's everywhere? Now, I can appreciate a